Hello my darlings and darklings, welcome back to the Simply Witchery YouTube channel. My name is Lethe, they, them, and today I am bringing the fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, their divine alignment for the month of November. Let's get into our disclaimers so we can get into the reading. First of all, this is a collective reading, so not everything will resonate with everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. 2, make sure you check in with your sun, moon, and rising sign because you are not just your sun sign, and you'll get a more complete picture if you check in with all 3. So, this month I am using the Adventurer's Tarot, the Empress deck, which is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck. So this is our oracle for the month. It's very confusing, I know. I'll have a review on this soon, so keep an eye out for that. And for our tarot deck, I am using the Welcome to Night Vale Tarot, the Hayworth edition. And there will be timestamps down below in the description if you would like to skip to the oracle card or skip ahead to your sign. Those are in the description below. So, fire signs. For you, I pulled the Sorcerer, which this deck is confusing, but it's beautiful. So I pulled the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer for me is all about balance in relationships, first of all, give and take, making sure you receive what you need as well as you give out what you've agreed to give out in your relationships. And it's also knowing when to walk away, because relationships are kind of like contracts, right? It's not quite so cold because emotion is more involved in a contract, but it's a relationship contract, right? We enter into an agreement with a person, and we give and take based on that agreement, right? And when that agreement no longer serves us, or it no longer gives us what we want or respects our boundaries, we got to know when to walk away. So the Sorcerer is about cultivating the balance and knowing when it's time to walk away from relationships when they no longer serve you. So that is the oracle card for fire signs. Aries, for you, I drew the 2 of Swords. Let's see if we can get that into focus. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. And then I pulled the 9 of Pentacles. There it is. And the 10 of Swords. There we go. Sort of. But anyway, what these cards say to me, like, first of all, is Aries, you gotta rest. You gotta take some time for peace and recuperation. And you have to, I'm hearing that you need to let yourself off the hook for whatever it is. And since we have the Sorcerer for our oracle card, I know that it's something in your relationships. Like, you got to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you blame yourself for in a relationship. For some of you, maybe you should have carried some of that blame for some time. Maybe it's not blame that you deserve. But either way, it's time to heal. It's time to move on and to rest and to let that go and to come back into balance, either to repair the relationship or to learn from a relationship that you maybe had a hand in destroying, right? So let's see, what else? Yeah, just forgive yourself and do better is what I'm hearing. Like, carrying the blame, it's not a good or a bad thing necessarily. It depends on what it's doing to you. Because sometimes we have to hold blame. When we do something wrong and it's our fault, we have to own it. But we don't have to carry it around forever. That's not helpful for you. It's not helpful for the person you're in relationship with. What's helpful is when you accept that blame and then do better in response. So stop carrying it and do better instead. That's what will repair the relationship, or if the relationship isn't able to be repaired at this point, it will make you better in your future relationships. So yeah, that's my reading for Aries. Leo, for you, I pulled the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So, keeping the Oracle card in mind, your relationships are doing pretty well right now because the Ten of Pentacles are here, and this is about long-term generational abundance, right? So, it doesn't necessarily, the generations don't necessarily have to be related by blood, but maybe you're doing really well with your family right now. Maybe it's your chosen family. Whatever this is, your family relationships are doing really well right now, and that's awesome and amazing, and we love to see it. But, I'm hearing a but, you are feeling called to move in a way that you are concerned, you're concerned that it's going to affect this great abundance you have in your relationships, right? Whenever you do something new, we worry about how it will affect the people we love. The Eight of Cups is calling you to go on a journey, to move, and the Page of Swords is all about new ideas, right? And fresh perspective, and doing something bright and beautiful and different from anything, not anything you've done before, but different from what you're doing now, right? And I'm hearing you don't need to worry about that, because the people that you are sharing this great relational abundance with love you. They want to support you. They want you to be happy and healthy and whole. And so just share your fear with them, is what I'm getting. Just say, hey, I want to try something new and I'm worried about how it'll affect you. And then when they say they will support you and that they love you and they want you to be happy, believe them. And then go enjoy this new journey with the people that you love. Because yeah, it'll be hard. And yes, maybe it will, I don't want to say inconvenience, but inconvenience them in some way, in your eyes. But what relationships are supporting each other. It's that balance of give and take, right? And it's your turn to ask for support. I'm hearing that. So allow yourself to be supported in these beautiful relationships you've built because you've put in the work. And if it were reversed, you would do the same for those people, right? So let them support you like you would support them. Yeah, and I think that's what I'm getting for you, Leo. Short and sweet, but beautiful. Yeah, excuse me. Sagittarius. For you, I pulled the Sun. I love this Sun. It's one of my favorites. The Seven of Swords. And Death, which is literally blank. There's nothing wrong with your screen. I love this deck card too. This whole deck is amazing, but I digress. So keeping the Oracle card in mind, which was the Sorcerer, it was about relationships, the balance of give and take, and knowing when to walk away from relationships that aren't healthy anymore. Where do I want to start? I think for you it's definitely about knowing when to walk away, because the Seven of Swords for me is about taking on more than you can bear. You're taking too much. You're out of balance in this relationship. And what's really interesting to me is that the Sun and Death are here. So there's possibility here still. There's still the possibility of bringing this relationship back into balance, right? But ultimately, either you're going to be able to come into the Sun where you are joyful in this relationship and it's happy and healthy and whole, or you come into Death where you have to let it go. And what I'm hearing is ultimately it's going to be about this Seven of Swords, where is it possible for you to be as supported as you need to be, and you are able to support someone else, that other person in this relationship, like they need to be? Are you willing to do that? Are you able to do that? Is it healthy for you to do that? So you really need to communicate right this month with this person, right? And ask them either for what you need or ask them what they need. And, not or, and you also need to ask what they need. And you need to decide if you can provide what they want, and they need to they need to show you or tell you if they're able to provide what you want. So you need to have really frank, open conversations this month. And really be clear about what you want and need, and allow the other person to be really clear about what they want and need. And then as a pair, as a group, whatever it may be, you need to decide if the relationship can move forward into the sun, or if it needs to be released and then let go of. So yeah, that's my reading for Sagittarius. Which brings us to the end of my readings for the fire signs for this month. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If something resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments below. I love to hear from you. And if you'd like to see more from me, you can subscribe. I post new videos every Monday, and then I'm playing catch up right now of uploading my guided meditation, so those come out. I think I'm going to probably just do them on Wednesdays, but they may come out on other days depending on what's happening in my life and how long it takes me to make them. So look forward to that. Yeah, and I think that's everything. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.